Welcome back to the Nino Brown Sports Network. Remember Charles Haley? Charles Haley that played for the 49ers. Charles Haley that goddamn John Madden love that played for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, Charles Haley pulled out his goddamn mushroom tip in that goddamn locker room. And nobody ain't like Charles Haley on the goddamn team. I just found out all that. Now, some of y'all might be too young to know about Charles Haley. But Charles Haley is a legend on that football field. But let me tell you what's going on in the goddamn locker room with big goddamn 61-year-old Charles Haley. Charles Haley is the first NFL player ever to win 5 Super Bowls. He also had over 100 sacks in his NFL career. He was also a 2-time NFC Defensive Player of the Year and a 2-time All-Pro Honors player. But Charles Haley off the field issues is what made him a problem. Charles Haley suffered from bipolar issues and mental health issues. And it was so bad that the 49ers traded him to their rival team, the Dallas Cowboys. Even though at the time Charles Haley was the best player on their team, they had to get rid of him. Charles Haley had a bad problem with whipping his goddamn mushroom tip out in that locker room and putting it in the teammate's face. He would literally whack off in the locker room in front of everybody. Charles Haley got so goddamn disrespectful with his whacking off issues that he even started whacking off in the back of the team meetings. They say one time he pulled out his mushroom tip in front of Joe Montana and John Taylor and said, "You know you wanna this." This man was just randomly going to different teammates in the locker room, just whacking off. And he wouldn't stop it. Let's call Charles Haley Charles Choke That Chicken Haley. In this generation, he probably would have got a rainbow pass. But back in them days, the men wasn't rainbows. They was hardcore gangsters. This was back in the days of Tupac, Boys in the Hood, and In Living Color. And homie didn't play that. The men didn't play that. And I'm surprised that Charles Haley is still alive. But despite him playing with his mushroom tip all around the locker room, he was still the best defensive lineman in the NFL until he retired next to Reggie White. He played 13 years in the NFL, so they saw him all 13 years choking his goddamn chicken. Can you imagine walking in the locker room and here go this big 6'3", 450-pound dude playing with his goddamn mushroom tip while you going to take a shower, tired from running up and down that goddamn field? What would you do if you were little like Emmitt Smith or skinny like pretty ass Dion? And you know old pretty ass Dion probably waited on his ass to finish because Dion ain't even like to tackle nobody on the goddamn field. So he definitely wasn't standing up there throwing no goddamn hands with no Charles Haley in that locker room. He gonna turn his head and watch and don't drop the goddamn soap. The only player that I heard that stood up to Charles Haley was Steve Young in a team meeting. And right after that, the 49ers traded him to the Dallas Cowboys where he won them goddamn Super Bowls at. When he got to Dallas, he was contained because Emmett and Michael Irvin kept him in line. But it's crazy how talented these players be, but they have so many goddamn character flaws. But always remember, talent will always take you places that character can't keep you. You could go down the list from Dez Bryant to Terrell Owens to Michael Vick to Charles Haley. All these players are legendary Hall of Famers, but it was they off the field antics that got them kicked out the league, ultimately forcing these people to retire earlier than they would have to. Now, Charles Haley, he was so good that he got away with murder. But a lot of them goddamn NFL players like Michael Vick, Dez Bryant, Terrell Owens, they got blackballed and boycotted because they attitude and they got them off the field thinking they was all that. See, that's bad character. This that Charles Haley got going on, that's bad character. What the hell you doing whacking off in front of a bunch of men? Talking about you ain't go this way, but the whole time you looking this way, talking about you know you want to this. What you got going on, Charles? But then later on, Charles Haley did apologize to his player when he got older in life. He went back and said he was sorry. He hurt people that ain't deserved that. He was just lost and he felt like everybody was against him. But I don't know if people could fathom to forgive him after seeing a grown-ass man standing up there trying to beat his mushroom tip off. I wouldn't forgive him for that. He probably got to just write me an apology. I don't even want to see you for the rest of it. I've seen enough for you. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Y'all make sure y'all like this video. And did you know about this story? I'm coming with breaking news. I'm coming with all kind of stories that you didn't know. I'm coming with all the deep details from back in the day. I'm coming with all the game. Make sure you subscribe to Nino Brown Sports on YouTube. I'll be back.